The project that we're building today is priceless, and unfortunately, I mean that literally. We're not making the Mona Lisa. This project just does not have a price attached to it. I'm making it for my sister-in-law. She asked me to make a little book stand type thing. So we're gonna quickly do that, and it should be a pretty fun project. Thousands of people have these in their houses, and several thousands of people don't have these in their houses. So perhaps it's a good project to make and sell, but I'll leave that for you to find out. I'm just giving this one away. Well, if you go to a big box store and you try to get 1x10 or 1x12 material and you want it to be straight, you're out of luck.
Boom, roasted.
So I have this 2x10 and I'm going to use that and turn it into a 1x10. Essentially, it's gonna be thinner. It's gonna be ½ an inch thick. To do that, I'm going to chop off a 20-inch chunk to make it more manageable. I'm going to attempt to resaw it on my bandsaw without switching to my resawing blade and just keeping the 1/4 inch one. Probably not gonna work, gonna go terrible. And if that does work or doesn't work, I'm gonna use the planer and get it down to ½ an inch. So let's just, So let's just get all of that stuff done. Starting with the miter saw. Now normally I would rip off this ugly end over here, but because I'm going to be doing quite a bit of stuff to this afterwards, I'm just gonna measure up 20 inches. This is all pretty rough. Perfect. Now, if you watched before, you might notice that things are a little bit out of place. I don't want you getting confused, so let's just go over things super quick. Bandsaw is now right here facing that way. It used to be facing this way, slightly more over there. Table saw is now facing that way, and it used to face towards us, and that table next to it used to be there. This pile of garbage on the ground is now over there, instead of being everywhere else. Planer, jointer, same place. Miter saw, same place. CNC, same place. So just a couple minor changes. Router table, the reason why, kind of working. We'll get to that later in this video. Let's try and resaw this guy. That worked surprisingly well. If your planer is ever spitting dust like that, it's actually a really quick and easy fix. This is what you do. Grab your included DeWalt thing here. And we're just gonna pull this up here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, super duper. Now that you got that up, inside here there is 3 red twisties. And these are just basically really tall screws. And when we open this up, we're gonna find a lot of plastic. You probably will not find plastic. You'll probably find sawdust. If you see in this right here, and then all this plastic in here. It's because I was shaving down a cutting board. And yeah, it should be pretty quick to just clean it out. That took me about 20 seconds. If it's like really jammed in here, I've had that before. There are some screws where you can actually take this into 2 parts. I'm making up all these measurements from a picture, so if they change. Okay, 2.5 inches, 4 inches, 10 inches, scrap. And now we get to have some fun. This right here is a locking miter bit. Now, assuming you set up your boards correctly, this is a much earlier test. This will connect and it will lock together and it'll give you a nice, perfect 90-degree miter. However, in order for us to do that, the router table needs a fence. You guys won't believe what I just did. I figured I don't use my table saw fence very much, so I just cut a gigantic groove out of it, and now we have a router fence. Except I'm not actually insane. I just happen to have two fences. And now I have an extremely accurate, straight fence. Now you absolutely do not have to do it this way. You could just do normal mitres, you could do butt joints, many other different ways. I'm doing this because I'm trying to practice this very specific method of joinery for another project that's coming up, and this is just an inexpensive way to do it.
The 2.5-inch board got it from the top, and the 10-inch board got it from the top as well. The 4-inch bottom is laying flat and gets both sides done.
All right, so the next part of this project is we need to make this look pretty, because right now it just looks like a chunk of wood, and that's not very pretty. Oh, wood's pretty. I like wood. You guys like wood? I like wood. We're gonna do some things.
Now I know based on the number of different shaped and sized circles that I use, that it looks like I know exactly what I'm doing. Well, in reality, I did not know what I was doing. I was just trying to make it so one side matched the other side and give it a little bit of a flowy, florally design, I guess.
Okay, so I got my design. It's 3 longer ones, and then the top will be 3 shorter ones. I'm going to go over to the bandsaw. I'm going to cut these out, and then we'll be gluing these together after doing some sanding and maybe some really light round over. I can't believe that. I have to glue this back together, so I'm going to quickly fix this, and then we'll continue in a bit. Okay, so we have that gluing up right here. A really cool thing with these locking mitres, my joints are not the best, some of it has some chipping. As you squeeze the pressure, it actually pulls it in tighter, which is very different from a normal mitre, where if you clamp it like that, it's just gonna squeeze apart. So that's really cool. This is turning out quite well. I got a bit more sanding to do afterwards, which I knew I was going to have to do that. Okay, so I got it out of glue. I've done some more quick sanding. I've done a little bit more roundovers, just light, small things. But now I need a couple dowels. So I have this dowel cutting. Oh, it's not really a dowel cutting jig. It's just a cutting jig for my saw here. And I need very short pieces here, so. Half an inch. Half an inch. Grab our hole punchy doodad. And go. And voila, that looks nice. I like it. Oh, I almost did it. I almost reached for the chisel. So I'm just gonna pop this up here. Always use a clean stir stick, definitely not a dirty one. I'm right at the end of my can, so it's not a big deal. I normally use like one of those foam brushes. I don't have any, so I just took some cloth and taped it to a stick and that should work just fine. I don't want to get my hands all dirty. I got no gloves right now. There we go. All right, now let me know what you guys think about this project. It's priceless, but you know, you can't put a price on making projects for family, so that's why it has no price. Hope you enjoy it. It's a book holder. If I didn't say that, you put books on it and you can, yeah, put books on it. This could belong in a kitchen, bedroom, wherever. It's a little book holder, small little project, but we have it. It's here, it's done. Thank you all for watching. And as always, if there's nothing else, I will see you in the next one. And you can do me a huge favor and subscribe. It'll help me out so much. Comment also helps out so much.